Welcome to Boomerang TV. I'm your host, Susie Anyot Williams, and today we are in our program of women entrepreneurs or women in business. We are having a very shrewd businesswoman who has won several awards in the business world and heads one of the biggest companies in the oil and gas industry. She as well has experience, over 10 years worth of experience in the private sector, the government sector, as well as the humanitarian sector. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome our very own Atong Amos. Welcome to Boomerang TV.
Thank you.
To get started, tell us a little bit about Atong Amos. Who is Atong Amos? What's your childhood like, and how did you end up being the big businesswoman that we all look up to today?
Thank you so much. My name is Atong Amos Ogok. I'm a South Sudanese. I come from Upper Nile State. I come from a very big family, and this is the family of Amos Ogok. My late father was the former governor of Upper Nile. As well, he has been in the military for a very long time, and he served in several positions within South Sudan, and he has been also part of the liberation struggle in South Sudan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mother of 5. I grew up in Sudan. I was born and raised in Sudan. I pursued my education in Uganda, Kenya, and Sudan as well. My career life started after graduation, where I started my own business. I had my own shop. I was doing wholesale. I had a restaurant as I was in the university. But then I was also a mother. By the time I joined the university, I had my firstborn. After graduation, I joined the humanitarian sector. I worked with UNDP in Upper Nile State, in Nasser. And then from there, I formed my own organization. It was called Aruda, which is currently Access for Relief and Rehabilitation Commission. I was focusing on helping women and youth. It was purely youth and women empowerment kind of support that I was giving to the community. I also had programs for children with disabilities. So then from the humanitarian sector, I worked with couples of embassies. Then I worked with the Noble Women Initiative in Canada for 2 years. Then I came back to South Sudan and started working with the presidency. I was the note taker for our president. I've been in the office and I've learned a lot and I've seen a lot that actually made me think of, taking the next step.
You carry so many titles, businesswoman, mother, sister, and this must come with a lot of business travels, here and there, as well as conferences. So how do you balance between being a mother and a businesswoman? How do you balance between your private and work life?
As I said, I come from a big family and I have a supportive family that helped me in pursuing my dreams, in achieving all that I need. My sisters, I have amazing sisters that help me take care of my kids, as well as I usually go see them. I make sure that I'm present in their life, going to their schools, attending their games, and taking them on vacations as well. So it's always good to have that balance as a working class woman. After work, you come back home and do, your motherly duties.
Running such a business must be very challenging for someone like you. What are some of the challenges that you face on a daily running an oil and gas company in a country like South Sudan?
Oh, well, being a woman alone is just challenging. Running business in South Sudan, South Sudan is a big country with a lot of opportunities, and we actually need a proper system whereby local companies are helped to achieve, or to be within the sector. As AAA, my main challenge is when it comes to finances. Being a local company or being in the oil industry, as a company, you need to come in with a lot of resources so that you are able to deliver the contracts that are awarded to. The main challenge that faces us is the financials. We don't get support from the local banks and the international banks. And the competition as well. We have a big competition. We're competing with a lot of foreigners that come in with huge capital. Local companies don't have. So we would want the banks to support the local companies with financials so that they're in the same level with the foreigners to be able to compete.
Considering that I don't know how many oil companies are headed by women, you must be having a lot, like we say, challenges. But how do you manage to stay afloat and, ahead of competition in the oil and gas industry?
Well, competition is part of the game itself. As AAA, it's focus and knowing what our target is. Definitely, the competition is really high, and if we don't have clear strategies and clear plannings, we will not be on the same level with the rest of the companies. So as a company, we have set a certain standard for us. We want to be somewhere, but also being somewhere, you need to have clear directions and focus.
Sure. Of recent, you hosted alongside the Female Initiative Middle East and Africa, you hosted the South Sudan Women Convention, and as well as the Home Sweet Home music concert that was held at your place called Orchid and hosted obviously by you. First tell us about these two events and what inspired these events to take place.
Female Founders Initiative, it's a body that have women from across Africa and the Middle East. And it's any female founder that it's basically for the CEOs, women that are running their own businesses, successful women. And I have seen that South Sudanese women need to also elevate and, join that platform. So I brought in the female founders to come and showcase what they're doing different. What best practices can we learn from them that can our local entrepreneurs get from them? So the aim was connection, and we wanted them to partner, connect, have access to finances, and also learn. Because for you to pursue something, you need to learn, you need to go through the process. How is this done? What are they doing different that we're not doing in South Sudan? This was the main aim, and it went successful. We had very many young women who actually joined and understood what this is. And this, we will be having it every year. Due to the security situations, we were not able to go to the other states. It was only done in Juba. But every year we would want to do in a different state, whereby everyone would have to go and join them, because we need to treat all our women equally.
Sure.
When they want to have access to finances and businesses as well. The Home Sweet Home, it's an initiative to help our local musicians come together. And we want to showcase that South Sudanese have, musicians that we can be proud of. Maybe you have seen we've been bringing artists from outside to come and perform. So we thought we should promote our own artists and make people see them. So it's an initiative of bringing together all our local artists, showcasing to the East Africa and the world that South Sudanese have good artists. They have, artists that can be called in, let me say, West Africa, US, all these countries. We need to showcase and we need to make people know that we have our own local artists. And this is the aim of it. So this will be held regularly, maybe twice a year or 3 times a year. It depends on.
Okay. What do you love about, your job or your career?
What I love about it as a person, I am a dreamer, and at the same time, I never stopped working. I would proudly say that I'm a hard worker, and I want to see things get done. Once I achieve something, I feel proud of it, because it's not only for me, it's for my company, my generation, our South Sudanese.
True.
Yeah.
And, people always have so many assumptions about others. What do you think people outside there assume about you that is incorrect?
Being in the government before, people think that everyone that have been in the government is corrupt. But also they forget looking at what roles were they playing when they were in the government. And they also mix 2 things, people, personalities, and their job titles. So the assumption is that I'm a millionaire. I have a lot of money that I maybe grabbed from the government, but which is not correct. Every single dime that I got and all my businesses was through my businesses and the hard work and the focus that I do. So I'm a young woman. I still have a lot of, I still have a long way to go and a lot of dreams to pursue. I'm going to get there. It's a good thing for people to say you're a millionaire or, a big boss lady, which I'm heading there.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. And everything that people say wrong about you, it's you to challenge them by doing your work better. They might say you're corrupt, but then they need to see, what am I doing in my company? Does it match or not? So I don't, criticizing is good. I take it sometimes positively. Sometimes the negative also make you think and do the positive thing.
Sure. Earlier this year, you won the 40 Under 40 award and several other awards. What does this mean for Atong and the young women of South Sudan?
The 40 Under 40 award, it's an award that is actually, it's an inspirational award. For me as a person, I didn't do it for myself. I did it for the company, for the South Sudanese, and for the East Africans as well. This award is an opportunity or a way of telling our young women or our youth that there is nothing difficult that you can do. So it's an inspirational and it's motivating, something to motivate people to work harder and get there. Yeah, and for South Sudan, it's a showcasing for us. People have a lot of negative thinking about South Sudan.
True.
And their ability of doing work in a correct way. And this is a way of also showing that we are in the right track.
What should people expect from Atong Amos in the next maybe 5 to 10 years?
Expect a lot. I have a lot of plans personally. And as AAA, we do have a lot of, future planning as well. So I expect big, better things and elevation. So in next year, I won't be in the same place. I might be in a different place.
Sure.
So it's all about success, about planning, about what the target is. So we're dreaming big.
If you had the attention of the world for 5 minutes, what would you say?
I would say self-growth is very important. For someone to be where they are, you don't just wake up, or it doesn't happen overnight. It's something that you do need to follow. It's your passion, it's your love for what you want to do. So grow yourself to reach where you want to be.
Any last words, encouragement, advice that you would like to give to the young women out there who look up to you and one day want to, elevate to the level that you're in today?
To our young women and youth as well, South Sudan is big. It's a large country. We all have opportunities and equal opportunities as well. So we don't need this too much competition as the young people. We need to collaborate. If we collaborate, we'll be able to achieve something together. Let's move in the same spirit of love, peace, unity, because youth of nowadays, there is a lot of hatred, there is a lot of competition, which is good, but not to an extent of not knowing what we want to do.
Yeah.
So South Sudan is big. Let's explore every single opportunity. Let's make it better. And let's grow our own self as well to be people of tomorrow.
Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our businesswoman and philosopher, Atong Amos. We really appreciate you for granting us this interview. And, we wish you the best in everything that you do.
Thank you.
Don't forget to, follow us and hit the notifications button so that you're notified on all our social media platforms. It's Boomerang TV SS on Facebook, Boomerang TV SS on Instagram, as well as Boma TV on Twitter. My name is Susie Anyuat. It's a pleasure always to be here with you. Until next time, bye for now.